Yo, what's up? Okay, let's see here. Is this working? Give me 1 second, guys. Over. Okay. We're live. Hey, what's up? I don't even know how to say your name. Dubzo. Pretty crazy release. Let's see. What's up, Ryan? So what does everybody think about the new 2020 Pro XP side by side? You didn't say you like it, Hunter. What's up, boss? Ryan, you didn't sell your Turbo S, did you? I want to drive it too. Yeah, I really want to drive it. You're a little disappointed. I can see that. They hyped it up a lot, and so I think everybody was expecting just just mind blown. I was right on the let's see, unfortunately, car looks like Red X3 and Honda. Yeah, it is different. I was right on the horsepower. I had a feeling that they weren't going to top Can-Am. I think Can-Am kind of got the jump on what they were coming out with and just threw out that 195 horsepower. What I do like about it, though, is, well, they put a lot of stuff into it. Hey, what's up, Brian? I do like the ergonomics. So I really like how, I know it's like their PR stuff, but I really like, yeah, 181 horse. It'll be snappy though. I was disappointed when I saw the Turbo S. I thought it was like just another XP with no stuff. And then I rode it and it was a game changer. So I got to ride this thing. We got to ride this thing before we come to too big of conclusions. But what I will say is they put a lot of thought into this machine as far as like the motor, the clutching. It does look like they stepped up their quality a ton. But I am stoked on the ergonomics and the interior, and the technology is dope. Like they have the ride command now where it just has an antenna, and you can, if your buddy has the same machine, you can just sit there and link, where your friend is. Like that's so cool. Like all the little tech things. I love that it's lower, it's wider, it's longer in the cab. The seats are better. It has legit seat belts. I have a set of those Click 6 seat belts and they're awesome. Seats look way better. Let's see. So it's not perfect, but can you imagine, and I'm not big, I love 72-inch machines, so it's hard for me to see the potential of it. I've got to drive it. But it weighs almost as much as a Turbo S. I was looking at the specs, and it weighs in, so Turbo S is 1781, and this is 1773. So they definitely put a bunch of quality into it. They put a bunch of heavy duty parts into the rig, and I think it's going to make a difference. There's my bro. I need a new hairdresser. What? You can't do much with my cul-de-sacs, bro. No, I lost my train of thought. No, but I think, yeah, you look at the way, you can tell that they beefed it up, and I think over the last 64-inch model, it's going to be just like night and day. A couple things I noticed that I really like on it is the bigger fuel tank is sweet. So 9.5 gallons when I'm racing. I feel like everybody can go that extra distance. I got to stop 1.5 more time. I'm always stopping an extra time racing. So I'm totally stoked to have that new 12-gallon tank. Let's look at a few other things. The new motor, it basically looks like they took the old motor and totally kind of redesigned it. They put a bigger turbo in it. It has a way better cooling system. They really improved the clutch. I was watching a couple of videos on the clutch. It looks like a huge step, and I've been happy with my clutch. So if they've done that much to the clutch, I feel like it's going to be pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome as far as the clutching goes. And like I said, I think they do have a DCT in the works. I really do. But I think the clutching is going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's going to rip. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good machine. We need to give it a chance. Like, the looks are growing on me. Remember that the way they designed it from the inside. They designed it to be functional. You know, a lot of cars, like if you, I know cars that are the opposite. Like you get in a Camaro, an older Camaro, you can't see out of the thing because they designed the whole thing to look cool, and then the ergonomics are atrocious. They're horrible. So this is the opposite. They designed it to work, and then the looks kind of come around that. But I love all the functionality. I love all the switch spots they've got. It's all pre-wired for everything. The battery radio is all wired up. The way the cars can communicate is really cool. I love the big, nice truck bed that Polaris does. It's awesome. I saw that the truck box comes out in 2 seconds. You can get to your whole motor for servicing. So I really, the doors are okay. It's not a full door, but it's like a 3/4 door is what I feel like. And so I do feel like it is better. Yeah, horsepower is 181. And it'll be a snappy 181. I know Polaris, they're going to tune it really good. And I bet next year, like I said, they're going to build that motor and probably step it so they can do more stuff. Yeah, the cage looks better. I don't think it's race ready. You still see where it's bolted together and stuff. And I don't think they're going to allow that cage in a race, but it definitely looks a lot stronger, a lot safer. I think they don't want recalls. They don't want fires. Like, I think that they're really trying hard to make sure that this thing is like going to be out of the box, like good to go. They've already dealt with a lot of that stuff. 250, yeah. You're going to see guys. I'm sure like Boondocker or something. Ryan will get that thing stepped up. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I heard him say that it's faster around a track than a Turbo S. I find that hard to believe, at least on my Turbo S. Maybe. I mean, like I said, I need to drive it, but a 72-inch machine, I don't know. Maybe I really like, again, I like what they did to the cab. You're low, so you have low center of gravity. You've got more room. You've got the tilt on everything. Everything's adjustable, which I like. Steering wheel is pretty cool. The only bad thing I see about the steering wheel on like the Ultimate or the Premium is now you can't change your steering wheel because you have all that controls on your wheel. So it's like good and bad. No Apple CarPlay. I know. Who knows? Maybe it's coming. Let's see. Next race, I'll be at Bohr. Well, I'm going to Vegas to Reno. I might drive, actually. Who knows? My one friend might not be able to drive, so I'm a backup driver for Vegas to Reno, so we'll see. But if not, I'll be just crew chiefing. That'll be pretty sick. Am I going to get one? I don't know. I want to try one. I think if I don't get one of my buddies will probably have one, so I'm excited to try it out. I think it's pretty badass. James, what's up, man? Long time. Yeah, I bet you're loving. So like I said, I love the 72-inch machine. I get it. A lot of people do not. They want a 64-inch machine. That's Polaris's biggest market. So I totally understand it. I love the 72. I just feel so stable in my 72-inch machine. So it's hard for me. It's hard. Yeah, I want a 72. I mean, just like you just want a 72-inch machine. What's up, James? Will I sell you my Turbo S? I'm not quite ready to sell it, man. That's still my primary race machine. Yeah, when you move to Utah, you get a 72. Yeah, for sure. So I'll be racing in Bohr. I told you, Brian, too. So because you're here local, right? I think you are. I think you're in Utah. But yeah. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. I'd like to see how it runs. I'd like to feel the motor. They didn't mention an RS1. You got a few new colors on the Turbo S. I was wondering if they're going to throw that motor in the Turbo S, but it looks like they're not. It looks like they're kind of done with the Turbo S, and they're going to make an Pro XP freaking beast mode something that's going to be 72 inches with the new motor, and it should be freaking trick. And I'm guessing, this is total speculation, but I'm guessing 4-seaters in September. And then I'm guessing like maybe like Mint 400 time, maybe the performance model. I don't know. Or maybe it's 2021, so maybe it's next year. I'm not sure. I did watch some of the side-by-side blog stuff. It looked pretty cool. They were ripping pretty good. Let's see. Polaris did hype it up a ton, man. They acted like it was just going to be just unreal. But they did do a lot. Like I said, if you start breaking it down and you look at all the stuff they did with the tilting seats, the wheel, the different cab, all the pre-wired stuff, the better clutches, the redesigned motor, the better cooling, they did a lot. And they set it up for a lot of cool accessories, which I like. I mean, they really did do a lot. It's just not, it wasn't that, I mean, they're calling it their Halo model, but it's hard for me to see it as a Halo model with the Turbo S. I don't know. They say it's faster. So they say it's faster than a Turbo S, so we'll see. We'll see. New color on the Polaris. There is a new color on the Turbo S. It looks pretty sick. It's like a blue and gray. And it looks like I feel like they dropped the price of the Turbo S Velocity a little bit too. It was like 22.5 was the starting price now on a Turbo S, which I thought was interesting. That's lower. Am I wrong, or is that lower? Can-Am. So Can-Am's the same chassis, same thing. They improved a few things, but they got that beast of a motor. And it's a 72-inch chassis. So, I mean, I can't imagine, they say it's faster on a track, but I can't imagine a racer running one of these that's not 72 inches. So if you're going to go race this, you're going to put a long travel kit on it, and then maybe it'll be badass. But I can't imagine a racer running a 64-inch chassis, and maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think so. I don't think they would. James. Yes, it comes with OnStar, James. Oh gosh. Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble. Oh my gosh. Dude, the tech is cool. You got to give it to Polaris on the tech. I know that it's not necessarily necessary, but I'm telling you, if you use some of the tech, you do like it. It is pretty badass. I really like the ride command. Like, it's cool, man. And I do like the dynamic suspension too. And they've updated the tuning on that. They gave you your oh shiz button. It is cool. It is cool. So, I don't know. It's not the end all. I mean, it's not 194 horse, but it's pretty bad, eh? So all in all, everybody it seems like most people like it. Few people don't. Some people are kind of lukewarm, like me. The driver wheel looks good. Yeah, I think the steering wheel looks pretty good. Flat bottom. Let's see. Yeah, I think the radio's cool. I mean, I use my comms and my helmets and stuff, but I do think that's pretty sweet. There's a lot of guys, man, you like cruising up, having a beer, just kind of chilling on the trail. Like, those guys are going to like the radio. If you're just ripping, you're not going to really use the radio too much, but more for just kind of like fun trail riding, that radio is going to be badass. Looks like the X3 and the Talon had a job. Definitely they have more of a laid-back seating position. I saw that with that laid-back seating position, they're claiming that that you still have a really good sight lines. But yeah, they definitely have it more. It's a little more buggy. It still looks pretty mean from the front end. I think it's the side profile that I don't like that much. The back and the front look pretty good. The side is a little bit different. It's a little spaceshipy. But again, I think once some of the tuners get a hold of this, it's going to be pretty sick. James, you got all the good one-liners. Oh my gosh. What's up, Bob? Yeah, DCT, I have a feeling so. There was a lot of those spy shots running around, and it was not this machine. So I have a feeling there is something else in the works. I don't know when that's coming out, but it looks like there is something else like for that top race machine. RZR copied Can-Am. I wouldn't say so. I mean, it's a razor. Just because they put the seats lower and tilt them back doesn't mean they copied Can-Am. But Can-Am definitely did a really good job with the X3. They really did. They did an awesome job with that. But yeah, I think there's something, there's so much misinformation out there. And I think we saw a lot of photos of a different machine that is probably coming, which is crazy. So they have other things in the works. This is just like the first step in a large rollout. And like I said, we're going to see stuff in September, I bet. Maybe something in January, or maybe in March. I mean, they're going to start refreshing their whole line and updating everything. Yeah, dude, I can't wait to see the new Turbo S version, or the whatever they're going to call it. It's going to be sick because I am stoked. I am stoked on the extra room in the cab. I'm stoked on more gas. I like the updates they did to the motor. It looks like it's going to be super reliable. I wonder how much watts the stator can put out on this too. There's all these little details that I don't know that I'd love to figure out. I was right on the 3 models. You were right on the 3 models. You absolutely were right. I would love to review this. I didn't actually get to go to the unveiling, so if I get a chance to ride one, I would love to get a video out for you guys. It would be sick. So get some good video quality out there and like go for a real ride and give some real impressions. Is Can-Am UTV better than Polaris? I think they're both good. I mean, would you buy a 64-inch Can-Am over this? I don't know if I would. But would I buy James, you sure you'd buy a 64? I don't know if I would, buddy. But the 72, I probably would. But the 64, I'm not sure if I would. I don't know. We'll see. I gotta drive it. So, but I think Polaris is bringing it, which is good because Can-Am. I mean, we all thought that Can-Am was coming out with the DCT. They're going to bring it too. So I love seeing these guys battle out for our business. It's freaking rad. I mean, they're just making cool stuff. So who knows what Can-Am comes out with in the next 12 months. Will Honda make a turbo? They make a turbo now, the accessory kit, but why do people do accessory kits? Like, it frustrates me. Just put the freaking turbo on. Just make a turbo car. Just make the turbo car. Yamaha, make the turbo car. Honda, make the turbo car. Just sell us the turbo car for $5,000 more. Nobody wants an accessory turbo kit. Am I wrong here? Nobody wants that. 64s. I don't know. I've had a 64. I had a what did I have? Oh, I had a Jagged X edition. And it was actually pretty cool. But man, after you drive a 72-inch like extreme machine, and I like going fast. A lot of us like going fast. I like ripping, and I just love the stability of the 72-inch machine for sure. So yeah, I think Honda's got something in the works. I feel like they are going to release a factory turbo here soon. But yeah, I get it, James. You can't ride that in the Northeast. So I've never been to the East Coast, so I have no clue what your trails are like. But I totally get that. I totally get that you can't ride there. So, anyways, yeah, I think it was pretty good. Yeah, if you have a 64-inch chassis, you don't need 181 horsepower. I agree. Like, you don't need 181 horsepower for trail riding. That's what's interesting. It's like, it's not really a trail machine, but is it really a race machine? I'm not sure. It's just like they wanted to fill the void of a 64-inch machine, but like I said, I can't see a racer running a machine that's not 72 inches. And then do you really need 181 horsepower chassis for the trail? So I don't know. That's a good question. We all need more power. Yes, yes, we do. Yeah, I think Can-Am is going to bring it next year. I think they're not going to be laying down. They're definitely going to be biter. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I think technology, ergonomics, quality, the way you can service it, the way they have things wired. I like a lot of things. I need to drive it and get a real impression, but I don't hate that I still have my Turbo S. I'll say that. I feel like the Turbo S, they say this one's faster, but I feel like the Turbo S is going to stack up pretty good. So yeah, I need to drive it. Yeah, the 18 and 19 Can-Ams I think are already on sale, man. They're already on sale. You can get 230 horsepower. I'm sure Evolution Power Sports on the 2020 is going to get 230 horsepower like that out of a Can-Am. But cool. Well, I just want to see you guys' opinion. I think we're all kind of on the same page. It's cool. I need to drive it. I think you guys we need to give it a shot, drive it, see what it's really like. But I do like a lot of the engineering in it. Any other questions? Anything else we want to talk about? I got my video out that talks about the press release. All I had was the press release before, so I needed to go do some more research actually. And yeah, see you in Mills, bro. I can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah, so I need to do some more research just like you guys and check it out. GTR review. I will do a GTR review. I will work on that. I've been slacking on the car reviews. I've got a couple of badass cars I need to do. You wish you could see a race in person. Yeah, man, come to the race. You can go to the race. The new C8, that thing is badass. Chevy hit it out of the park with that new Corvette. That thing it's an R8 for 60 grand, man. Oh, you're in Cali. I see. The GTR, dude, wait till you see the GTR. 1,500 wheel horse. It's actually getting tuned up. It's 1,300 right now. It's freaking insane. I got nauseous. I almost like passed out freaking punching the GTR. Yes, it's a twin. It's basically a redesign of the existing motor. It looks like to me they've updated everything. It's a twin with 180 horsepower, 181 horsepower, better cooling, better clutching. I think they fixed a few little design flaws. It looks pretty good, honestly. I like the inline twin. It's a good motor. So, all right, it's been fun. Go watch some other cool videos. I'll catch up with you guys. I have a pretty badass video coming out tomorrow. It's a little bit of a surprise. So, what's a good time to release tomorrow? I don't know. I'll probably release it around like 3 o'clock tomorrow. I'm pretty stoked. So we got some cool stuff coming in the next couple months. So everybody be ready for tomorrow's video. It's gonna be dope. Yeah. All right, later, guys. It's been fun. Go check out the other videos. I hope it's cool. It looks pretty good. Review some trucks. Okay. All right, see you guys later.